What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Dan Whitmer of the Jump Rope Dudes, where we help you jump rope, get lean, and live more. On today's video, we are going to show you how to do a double under today. Before we get into this video and every single one of our videos is sponsored by Crossrope. That is our favorite jump rope, the best jump rope experience on the market, and especially for weight loss. To get the set that we use most often and the one that's going to be used in this particular video, go ahead and click the link below and do the thing at checkout for 10% off. All right, guys, so here we are again, the double under. We've made videos about the double under before, but many of you in the community have requested, hey, Jump Rope Dudes, now that you guys have nicer equipment and you have better editing skills and stuff, can you make another video about the double under with super slow mode, descriptions and tutorials and all that kind of stuff? So that is this video. This video is basically going to be a ton of slow motion footage of me doing double unders and then explaining to you every single detail of the double under so that you can start practicing and hopefully get it within one day. If you are a beginner to this channel, to be totally honest, the double under is a little bit challenging, and we would recommend with learning to jump rope effectively first, so we linked up our Start Here playlist for that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's learn the double under.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, like we said, if you do not know the fundamentals of how to jump rope, that is the most important thing. So you can't do the double under before you do that. So go ahead over to our Start Here playlist and check out the video that shows you how to jump rope with the proper form. Now, the reason I put mindset on here for the first and most important thing is because mindset is the most important thing when you're doing the double under. A lot of people just assume that it's very hard, and in reality, it's just a very simple motion where you spin the rope really fast one time and let it come around twice. So you don't spin the rope twice fast. You spin it one time fast and let it come around twice. So just to let you guys know before we get into the nuts and bolts of this tutorial, just get out of the mindset that this is a hard trick. It can be learned very quickly and effectively if you just practice it the right way. By far the most important thing is your wrist motion and spinning the rope one time. So if you can't tell here, the wrist motion that I'm using is I'm spinning the rope from front to back, and I'm spinning the rope fast one time and then letting the rope spin around twice. So if you see here, that's the big swing, and then it's followed by a little swing. Big swing as I coil up, followed by a little swing. Big swing, followed by a little swing. So look at my full body here as I do the double under. When I'm going down into that bent knee position, I'm kind of coiling up ready to explode, and that's when my wrists go back, and then when I jump, that's when my wrists come forward for that big explosive first rotation, and then when I'm in the air, I just kind of let my wrists guide the rope around for that second rotation. So you're kind of coiling up, letting the wrist move forward and push the rope out of there, and then spin it, and then you're kind of letting the wrist guide it around on the second rotation. Now, posture is super important as well. A lot of double under tutorials might tell you to kick your feet out or back. You want to be straight up and down. Now, when jumping rope, we always talk about how less is more. That is very much so the case. Look at how in these videos I'm just staying as straight as I possibly can up and down, and I'm landing essentially in the same spot. You want to make sure that your back is straight up and down, your eyes are looking forward, your knees are slightly bent, but you don't want to be straight-legged, and your knees, they don't want to be too bent. So posture is super important. Look how my wrists stay right to my side like that. And again, look at how I just stay in the same exact place when I'm jumping. You don't want to be moving around when you're doing double unders. All right, guys, the next thing that I want to talk about is the feet. Now, first and foremost, you should be jumping 4 to 6 inches off the ground, even up to 9 inches for the double under. We usually tell you about 1 to 2 inches if you're doing regular bounce, but for the double under, you're going to want to jump a little bit higher in the air. Now, one way to practice the feet rhythm is to just jump without a rope and go 1, 2, 3, 4, and practice hitting the ground at the same time every time, because you want to be able to get the rhythm with your feet down before you actually incorporate the rope. So if you need to practice without a rope a little bit, that's totally fine, but incorporate the rope back in, and remember 4 to 6 inches off the ground, and just try to get that consistent motion down. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for the midsection, to perform the double under successfully, everything must be tight and very close together. And what I mean by that is you don't want your arms flailing around, you don't want legs flailing around. Everything needs to be tight and kept together. So the best way to make sure that that happens is to keep a tight midsection. Now, if you don't have a tight midsection, your arms might, like I said, fling to the sides. You also might not be able to stay in the same place, which could throw off your ability to do a lot of double unders consecutively, if that's important to you. I don't know if you practice like CrossFit or something like that. So when it comes to the double under, make sure that your midsection is tight, and that will help hold you in and keep everything tight for the entire move. All right, wrists. Now, I talked about the most important thing, but I put wrists on here again because I cannot stress this enough. What you are doing when you do the double under is you're spinning the rope one big time, like right there, and letting the rope come through a second time. One big time, followed by a second time. One big time, followed by a second time. So understand that to perform the double under, you have to have a little bit of patience and rhythm. So when you spin that rope with your wrists and you give it that big spin, you have to be patient enough to not spin the rope fast again. You have to wait and let the rope come around a second time. So look, when I jump, I get that big torque, and then the rope comes around the second time. Big torque on the jump, and my wrist come forward, and then as I'm in the air, the rope comes around a second time. And the last one that I want to talk about, guys, is just finding your rhythm. Finding your rhythm, there's no real secret sauce or tricks to this. It's just about getting some music on, counting that 1, 2, 3, 4 step, and practice jumping in the same place. The double under is not going to be learned, in 5 minutes, but it's definitely possible to learn it in one day. It just requires that you obviously study this tutorial and make sure to practice, but also make sure to find your rhythm. Have fun with it. Don't worry so much about messing up. Try to get 2 in a row and 3 in a row. Don't worry about trying to be able to do consecutive double unders right away. One recommendation I would give is just try to do 1 double under. If you want to do a couple regular bounce and then throw in a double under every now and again, that's a great way to get started practicing. But overall, guys, keep everything tight. Stay 4 to 6 inches off the ground. Keep the knees bent. The wrist control everything in this movement. Keep the midsection tight, and again, the posture is straight up and down. If you guys have any questions at all about these, please leave a comment below. Subscribe to the channel if you found this helpful. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dan Whitmer. This is the Jump Rope Dudes, and we will see you on the next tutorial. Do the thing.